Here we go. Okay. In my human growth and development class, we are talking about middle adulthood, which starts at 40 to 65. So, how old are you?
Well, this week I'm 57, and next week I will be 58.
I can't really hear you.
Sorry. How old do you want me to be, this week or next week?
Whatever feels right. Okay, so you're 57.
Today I'm 57.
Yeah, you're 57. Okay.
Matt, don't tell anybody that. Okay, go ahead.
um, as you age, there's a lot of physical changes. Um, so there are changes in vision and more joint pain and weight gain. And the vision changes are due to your eyes are still getting larger, but they lose their flexibility to adjust um, to sight changes. And metabolism slows down by a third. Did you know that?
Uh,
And um, 14% of adults experience hearing loss.
huh?
So,
I couldn't. I'm sorry.
so, what are the visible signs of aging you have noticed that are happening at this time in your life?
Um, I'm not sure about the eyesight. My eye doctor said that at my age, my eyesight actually starts improving. Um, that might be something different than you're talking about. More joint pain, I'd say yes. Um, I'm
Wait,
working,
she said that your eyesight's improving?
yeah, as far as like the prescription in my lenses.
Oh, weird. All
Well,
right.
remember how when you were little, you were farsighted,
Mm-hmm.
and then you weren't, and then you were nearsighted?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Okay. Okay, continue. Sorry. Joint pain.
And uh, I have been maintaining my weight after the weight loss study. I've maintained it for at least a year, I think. Um, but I do need to be aware of what I'm eating and how much exercise I'm eating.
Um, so, um, does your family have any hereditary heart problems, cancer, hypertension, or diabetes?
Yes.
Okay. Um, do you know of the warning signs or symptoms of these health problems?
Um, I know I've heard I've heard about the symptoms for women having a heart attack. Um,
Well, like for
yes,
the
I'm
was
not
that
looking for anything. I kind of know uh, what to look for certain types of cancer.
uh um
So I
yeah.
guess I'm not. I've read about it. I read about things like that periodically, but I don't. Um,
For the sake of the interview, would you like to say how you why you know about a certain sign of cancer? Just
um,
quickly.
oh, because I had ovarian cancer
And
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 I
and what
experienced the symptoms,
what, what were they?
which
Give me
was
one.
bloating. And when the doctor told me she was concerned about cancer, I didn't even consider it. I thought she was being, I don't know. It was a really, really long day. And But I didn't even think twice about it.
But you know the signs for like diabetes and stuff, the urinating frequently and blood sugar crashes and
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. Okay. So, um, it's always people sometimes think that when you get older, your cognitive abilities start declining, but as you get older, you start learning tacit tacit knowledge. I don't know how to say it.
That's it?
Tacit tacit knowledge. I've only read it. I'm bad at pronouncing. Um, and knowledge where you kind of have your know-how, and
Mm-hmm.
so your intelligence can actually be shaped by experience, and it's about more than age. Um, so since entering this stage of life, have you noticed any cognitive or intellectual decline on how you make decisions or remember things?
Since I was 40, you mean?
Yeah.
Um, when I say I forget. Sorry. Um, well, I have to balance that with the whole um, medication thing because I feel like I can think and make decisions better now because of that.
Because of the added medication that you're on.
Yes.
Um, do you think it has to do with like just having doing like doing something for so long? Like you like I'm trying to think. So like even your hobbies, like you've done those for so long that do you feel like you're better at them now?
Yes.
Thanks.
What?
Sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. Um so I started learning about different stages of life.
Mm-hmm.
Uh so I should have written them down for this, but um the last one I was in was isolation ver- versus isolation versus intimacy, and how the last like 10 years of my life I've been figuring out um relationships. And um it's funny because when I was early 20s, I was just friends with anybody, and then as I get older, I'm more particular about who I pursue relationships with. So I was just surprised at how accurate the stages are for me, at least. But would you like to know what stage you're in?
I don't know. I guess you're
You,
going to tell me.
huh?
I guess you're going to tell me.
I am. You are in the ge- generativity
Sure.
versus stagnation. So you're thinking, am I doing anything uh, worthwhile?
Ooh.
Do you feel like that's accurate?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Um, so if someone feels like they won't be remembered, they'll feel um, stuck. And what? So what is your career at this time?
My career is I work at a small private Christian school as the lunch supervisor, the librarian, and the drama director.
Um, so are you comfortable in this career?
I have to say, I probably working in the lunchroom seems the most I don't know, sometimes it feels pointless because I'm just doing the same thing every day, every day, every day with real special skills needed, except that what I've improved over the years that I've been doing it. So I think, well, somebody has to feed the children. And I think I cross off dots every day for my job.
You what?
I cross off dots on a lunch card every day.
You do more than that.
Well,
Okay.
yes, I do. I do more than that. But I'd say that portion of it is, I wouldn't miss it, I guess.
So you would be happier if you could cut that part out and do everything else.
I think I would.
So, so I guess that's the next question. Do you want to advance or change your career?
Um, I guess not really. I want to improve my skills and improve improve how I relate to the students so that they are able to learn something. So,
But you don't want to take
but
over
as
the
far
school.
as advancing, I'm not looking for. I'd have to go elsewhere to advance. So, and I'm not interested in doing that
So you don't want to take over the school.
right now. No.
Um, some so sometimes parents at this age feel uncomfortable letting their children leave the home, be off on their own. Um, and then also at this state, like relationships are changing in your life. So sometimes at this age, you could be taking care of an elderly relative,
About that.
perchance, or sometimes marriage. Well, marriages always go through changes. Just that's what happens. So, how have your relationships changed with others since entering into this stage of life with your spouse or children or parents?
Well, I do tell parents of teenage daughters, don't worry, you'll get your daughter back eventually, because it can be very trying. Um, so I guess I have experienced an improved relationship uh, with my daughter, and with my son, I don't see him very often.
Well,
But,
how would you feel about him moving out now and being on his own?
well, I would miss him. I think I'm accepting that he has his own life. I don't always know where he is or what he's doing. Um, how would I feel? Uh, I would miss him.
But you wouldn't feel like you were out of control of his life. You would just miss having him around.
Yeah, well, I can't control his life.
I'm not saying you do now. I'm just
Well,
um,
one thing I've learned is the whole thing about there are different seasons in life. Sort of what you're talking about, but for instance, during part of my life, something might be very important to me, and I spend a lot of time and thought and effort in it. But then there may come a time when it's time to be done with that, and that's okay, and move on to something new. So that would be like a new phase, different. I used to feel, I don't know, guilty, or it's difficult to let go of the past. But I have a better understanding that there are just different phases in life, and it's okay to let go of things when they need to be let go of. So I think that will help me adjust to him moving, as long as he doesn't go up.
As long as he doesn't what?
As long as he doesn't move to like England or something.
Any other relationship changes you'd like to talk about?
Well, I have definitely a relationship change with my father.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to say about it?
Well, just like how, like you could just quickly say how it's changed.
Well, it's changed. It's changed because he has dementia, um, and it's also changed because uh, he is not. His wife is somewhere else right now, so I have more contact with him. When I helped move him to assisted assisted living, I really didn't consult him much on what he wanted to bring. We made sure he got some toiletries, and I picked out the clothes that were in the best shape. But I didn't ask him, what else do you need? What else do you want to have in your apartment? Partly because he had trouble understanding that he was moving. Um, so that is good.
So, moving on.
Good.
Some health problems are unavoidable with age. Did you know that hearing loss can just the 14% of adults that have hearing loss, it can be prevented by just avoiding loud environments, which I feel like you do because you don't like loud noises.
True.
So that was pretty easy for you.
I do have
Yeah.
ringing in my ears.
You what?
I have ringing in my ears.
You do?
Yeah. I notice it when it gets quiet.
When did that start?
Um, in the last year or so, maybe. My doctor said it's because you're getting old, and explained something about the hair follicles in my ear. So,
Oh,
I don't know, something. Maybe not hair.
all
But,
right.
so it. I think I'm getting used to it on some levels, but if I'm sitting and reading and it's quiet, all of a sudden I notice it again. Um, so yeah, it's
Is there a way to make it better, or is it just what it is
not according to my doctor.
now? Huh. Um, well, also, well, did you know that 7% of adults at this age have some kind of disability, and it jumps to 30% at age 60. But I wouldn't call ringing in your ears a disability.
No, it doesn't. It's annoying, but it doesn't disable me from doing anything.
Can you think of any lifestyle choices that have had a strong impact on your health status, like exercise, diet, or habits? And this might help you answer, I guess. If you can change anything from the past, what lifestyle choices would you change?
From how long past?
I don't know. Before what? I don't know. Whatever you feel like talking about.
Okay.
My suggestion would be not to get cancer.
Well, but I had already decided I was not going to get cancer, so
So it didn't help.
apparently not. Um, being in the 2-year weight loss study um, covered a lot of different areas, um, and I have not been keeping track of my calories anymore, but I do weigh myself every day, and I do know what a good diet and exercise regimen looks like, and whether I'm doing it or not. It helped me to form some better eating habits.
So you wish that you had started that before.
Oh, sure.
Um, okay. This is the last question. Okay. It's about midlife crisis.
I should ask who exactly is going to see this video.
I have to upload it to YouTube. So, everyone. I have a large following on YouTube. Okay. So, a midlife crisis can come from the dream you expected that would happen right now, and it's not happening. And it comes from,
Grandchildren would be nice.
that was really hurtful.
Is that why you're giggling?
I'm distraught. Okay. It can come from reassessing life and feel like, I learned that at 40, one of the things that happens is you feel like a real grown up. Because right now, I honestly feel like I'm just faking it. Like I'm tricking everyone into thinking I'm an adult, but I'm really not. So it's funny that it said that at 40, you feel like you're a
Well,
grown up.
at 30, it was a jolt to turn 30. Um, I remember really liking being 40.
All right.
And then 50 it's right now, it's sort of like, I see people I went to school with, and how they get to look so old. That's it just, to say that, to say my age just feels not right.
Well, probably because before late 50s sounded really, really old, and now that you're there, you're like, I'm good.
Yeah, it's just, um,
Um, so,
believing.
um, and then because you're older, it could bring an urgency and panic that life isn't what you wanted or expected. Um, so do you think that you had a real life midlife crisis? Do you think you will, or have you feel like you did, or has anyone you know experienced one?
I'm sure, but I, I'm not aware of anyone. Um, I think some of the things I've learned through church and the Bible, even about the different seasons. There's a season for everything. I think that has helped me to be able to maybe that crisis will have been a littler bump than otherwise, because I'm more accepting that I do.
I like it. Well, thank you. Thank you for sitting with me for the interview.
Yeah, we'll have to do this again, not the interview part. I kept